gentlemen? Yeah. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Tonight I'm going to sing you a Mexican folk song. I tell a lie. Oh, the tune is Mexican, all right, and we all know it. It goes like this: la 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 la. Boom boom ole. The boom boom and the ole are optional, so I may very well leave them out. But the lyric is not authentically Mexican. You know, it's written by an American called Alan Sherman. You know it, yes. He's a very clever guy. He wrote a lot of lyrics, but not the original folk song lyrics. He adapted them, parodies. So here's his version, not mine, of the Mexican hat dance. Oh, Americans dance on a dance floor, and the Spanish, they dance on a table, and the Russians, they dance on a saber, but the Mexicans dance on your hat. Oh, they dance on hot coals in Calcutta. In Wisconsin, they dance on fresh butter that they squeeze from one cow or another. But the Mexicans dance on your hat. There are Mexicans dancing on derbies. There are Mexicans dancing on caps. They just throw their fedoras wherever the floor is and start doing hollers and taps. They don't quit. They go on. It's a Mexican custom to take hats and bust them by doing a dance thereupon. Oh, the reason they shot Pancho Villa was he danced on his mother's mantilla. But the message did not reach Garcia. He was out somewhere dancing on hats. There's a fellow in West Acapulco, the most elegant man you could meet. He does sambas on Hamburgs to tunes of Zig Romberg, and sometimes the nutcracker's sweet. So take care. So beware, for they'll put castanets on and ruin your Stetson, 'cause they all think they're Fred Astaire. If you're ever in Mexico proper, and you're wearing a straw hat or topper, if the band starts to play, call a copper, for by now you will know they will grab your chapeau, and they'll dance on it flat, and that's that. That's what Mexicans do on your hat. Boom boom, ole. Hello, my name is Pennant Robers, which is very Welsh, and I am very Welsh, I suppose, Welsh speaker, and a lot of my inherent gifts, if you call them that, would be Welsh gifts, because Welsh is an oral language, an oral tradition anyway, and so we produce poets, singers and that sort of thing. Not that I'm a singer, but I love words, and this love for words goes down to poetry initially I suppose I'm a poet, and I'm so pleased looking around here in Swanwick that I am a writer. I feel sorry for people who don't write, because they can't avail themselves of so much, successful or unsuccessful. Writing opens all sorts of avenues for you, meeting friends and sharing thoughts with people. And the joy of Swanwick, of course, is the fact that you can speak to somebody and suddenly realise other people think in a similar way to yourself. That what you thought was a rather odd and strange thing to do is actually more commonplace than you thought. The writing process for me is changing, because I now belong to, back in South Manchester, a storytelling group, and that appeals to me because storytelling, of course, is an all ancient tradition, and I do have a certain part of me that says averse to the written word, the pen and the bloody nib and the paper, because they didn't have these things, because they were illiterate. So the language, as we were speaking just now about all the wonderful Indian languages that have disappeared, you can't tell me there wasn't poetry in these various tribes who produced names like Saskatchewan and Mississippi and Nebraska, and in Mexico you've got Popocatépetl and Acapulco. Lovely words. And where have they gone? Whoosh. Exterminated almost, aren't they? So they were sort of a disease to get rid of.
Modern languages, I think, lack phonetic quality. Initially, they had. I believe that Socrates could neither read nor write. It's a philosopher, which surprises some people. But he had what he said survives, and he wasn't liked. He was, in actual fact, I think he was murdered with him. That's my theory. They've covered it up because there's so many different stories of how Socrates died. Writing. I write nearly every day, and it is a compulsion in a way. And I'm not alone. You find that most of the people here, I think it's funny, will put pen to paper sometime. And of course we're all sort of been through the education system, so it has to be the paper and the written word. But it goes beyond that, because in the storytelling group, of course, it always has been stories. And there was no nibs, no ink, no paper, no nothing. And that's not such an awful long time ago. You know, your great-grandparents, they'd all be illiterate, wouldn't they? So it's a pity something's been lost in a way with the technology, perhaps you could say, because the language is becoming less colourful because of technical words, languages, jargon and so forth. I'm afraid I'm not a high-tech person, and I can't take on all this computer jargon because it lacks poetry. I love some of the old-fashioned phrases, which are connected with, farming or something like that, which was a technology after all. Yes, I'll continue to write because, well, as I said earlier, I can't help it.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay.